That's very serious.
That's very serious.
See, Temmie's
What are you?
Yeah.
No.
Let's see him. Behind the scenes. Hey,
He falls in it.
Yeah, force. And that's what the one thing we keep mentioning.
What's the man them saying? My was.
Yeah. What that's what do you say to him?
We're all from London, yeah. Obviously, me and Ayo East, you man South. There's not much difference to like the way we're brought up in it, like in terms of being like a young black male in London and growing up in it. But what was it like? Not that it would be much different just because of South and East, but like, what was it like? Would you say growing up in London, being young, as in leave your house, go school? If you could go school by yourself, whenever that was in it, but like, what do you think, or what do you remember of that sort of life in it?
I'll probably say.
Are you trying to compare that to now?
Not even trying to compare, but
just how
I want to see like
the differences.
Not even the difference, but I want to see the impact. Because you see how, let's say, we all see the same things in it. I can say, for example, I can go down the road, yeah. Like my dad can send me shop, as he did all the time. Get sent shop, go buy some plantain or something, and I'm seeing all the GMs main pay parade in it. But somebody else is gonna walk past them GMs and then feel some sort of way where it's like, I'm sucked into that life. I never got sucked into that life. So it's two people that grew up in the same place, saw the same things, but I didn't turn that way. But I saw the same people. But I was able to come back to my house and every single time. Do you know what I mean?
No, I hear you, brother. But nah, what I was all gonna say was, until maybe like secondary, I don't think I was seeing too much. Like even in primary school, like, I had one of my boys. Like obviously he knew about all of that stuff. And I was a good youth. I lived with sisters and like, there ain't no one telling me about nothing outside and that. Like, I'm minding my business. Obviously I might come into school and like my man's telling me about this and the other. So obviously I knew what was going on a little bit, but I didn't really see much in it until secondary. And then even at secondary, it was even like, it just didn't excite me, bro. Like it was just whatever in it. And I feel like just when me anyway, because I just lived with a house full of girls and I was just, no one's violent.
So what's like secondary was like when you got, not introduced, but you became like
aware
of like the roles.
I went to all boys school and so it was a bit different. It was either I was going to turn out even more feminine or masculine. Obviously I came. It doesn't bleep that, but but obviously I came out masculine in it, so I even feel like if I didn't go to all boys school, I would have came out a bit. But yeah, even go to all boys school, you kind of just see everything. Like you kind of just see what would have been outside just in the school, innit? Like guys, like hey, our secondary was treacherous, bro. Like now, if you look back at who was there, there was only 3 or 4 options. It was either they ended up in prison. Sorry, they ended up in prison. They ended up in gangs. They ended up a rapper, or they just came out calm in it.
But you see what I don't like here is when guys say like, unless it's like very true in it, but guys be like, oh, like football is another option in it, and guys be like, oh, it was either football or nothing. Like, bro, I'm tired of hearing that all the time.
Yeah, but at the time it was the only picture some people could see though.
No,
that was the only, like, depending on your area. Like for example, if some people knew of Santan Dave before, you would have known that, like maybe music you could have, music was an option as well. Our school was quite musical as well.
Yeah.
And
music,
you had a couple.
like we had a few like music is an option as well.
Yeah.
Some people go to schools like, especially in North and West, predominantly more ballers. They'll be like football's the option. Especially seeing like, imagine like Raheem Sterling and all of these lot, like playing in the Prem from like 18.
It's true.
Coming and then they're seeing him move his mum out from home to a big yard. Like you're just like, shit, I want to do that as well. That's why it's like, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's the narrative, but sometimes the narrative was reality. Because that's all you could see.
Obviously, I can never step into that person's life in it and be like, show me that it was either bull or that. Because obviously, bro, I know some people, I know some guys that haven't said it, but I can hear them saying it. Do you know what I mean? I can hear you saying it was ball or nothing, but you was a smart youth, bro.
Nah, hey, yeah.
So like,
But you know what it is at that age, yeah. Like, how was you really thinking about like working? No one wanted to work in secondary,
I
bro.
wanted to.
Don't even want to work.
No,
Like,
cool.
Like,
It's
it
not
wasn't
9 to 5. You have a dream
No,
career.
yeah, but it's like when you was in secondary and primary and that, like your first thought or your thoughts weren't ever about like I don't think it was even thinking of, we wanted to make money, but we weren't thinking about like money. We just wanted to be like big, rich, and famous.
Bro.
Let me ask. Obviously, speaking for myself, innit? Like, guys know I want to be a pilot, innit? That's been a dream from as young as I can remember. So, like, I'm not trying to prove your status wrong, but obviously I don't. So, like, what would you say you was? So you're saying you just think I want to be rich. Whoever brought me rich.
Yeah. So when I was
money.
younger in secondary, it was either I was kicking ball, I was doing athletics, but there wasn't really like a plan C, D, E, or yet. Like it was just like one of these two might work. We'll see how far. And obviously, the older you get, when you get to like year 11 and then they start saying college and then you're like, cool, let me just run through the whole system and see how far in it. But I didn't really think of like, because even when I got to year 11, A levels, I don't know what to choose. I just thought what I liked. Got to finish A levels, go to uni. What do you want to do? I'm not gonna choose what I like. Do you get what I mean? I just didn't really ever have like a. This is what I want to do, and this is, yeah. Do you get what I mean? Like, this is what I wanted. This is not this. Like, I'm not thinking about this is the one thing that's gonna make me all the money that I want to make. That isn't about becoming rich or famous or becoming famous. Sorry, but yeah, I left the football gym time ago though. I got too lazy.
I was gonna say even like when I was younger, especially primary school, like even though I wanted to be a footballer, I wasn't really thinking about the future. I was just living in the moment, innit? Like you're just playing football, you're playing out, you're doing this, doing that. It's like you're not really thinking about like money. Yeah, I knew footballers were rich, but I just loved football, innit? Or I just loved making jokes in class or running around doing athletics. Like it wasn't really like I'm trying to, you know how guys are talking about, oh, get my mum out the hood and that and all of that stuff. Like, bro, I'm just a kid just trying to have fun every day. I feel like as you get older, that's when you start worrying about the future, innit? Because you get to that age where it's like you have expectations, this and that, like money, like moving out, all that stuff kind of plays on your mind. Whereas as a kid, it's just vibes, innit?
So that cool. So like now, what's what's your target or your expectations now? Now that back when you was a kid, it was just a moment. Is it still just a moment now, or is there things in place now? Are you, for example, is that if that person was you, is it? No, I'm trying to take my mum out the hood now, or now I'm trying to this, or now I'm trying to that. What is it for you now, innit?
To take my mum out the hood thing, like, bro, I even spoke to my mum. She's comfy, she don't have no option. Like, where we live is even convenient, like shopping centres, like primary school for my sisters, like. So nah, I feel like it's more just a better life in it, and then just like for myself. In terms of the future and living in the moment, I'd probably say it's flipped to where like now I worry more about the future than living in the moment, and then it stops me from actually enjoying the moment and enjoying myself at this age. So, but yeah, like I'll say that still, and even like the whole like gang thing and like seeing stuff in ends. I feel like it depends how you was raised, but also like who you was around in it, like the friends you had. 'Cause for example, me, I think like before, what's that word? I don't know how to say.
Gentrification.
Like before all of that was happening, obviously living near the Olympics and that, like my area was packed. Like when I was growing up, primary school, bare kids in the area. Then they started moving us all out. That's when I moved to the house I live in now, innit? But like everyone's all gone. So if all of them kids stayed and you're seeing elders doing this and that, but they never really like encourage any youngers to do anything. It was just kick ball in cage and then go about your business. So I don't know what elders are like in other areas, or for example in South, the way the houses are set up and the blocks and that is different to where I live, innit? Probably had more use in your estate than I do now. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So it's like there's different things that kind of push you towards like different things, your family situation. It's like, yeah, it's like everyone's life's different, innit?
So do you feel like it's more about like an importance on
Who's around you?
who's around you, but like your parents as well? Like you know, like people always like seem to blame like who's at fault for a kid going AWOL outside and whatnot. Like, is it the parents' fault for not making a good environment at home?
It's a balance. It's a balance between
Serious
everything.
balance.
Your parents.
But sometimes you can never know. Cause I was chatting to my mum the other day, innit, and I was saying that the way I was raised, innit, I feel like my dad was trying to do a good thing, but obviously like it was tough, it was rocky, it was all. I would say like, bro, you had a wrong approach in it, but that's how you wanted to parent, cool. But luckily for him, I didn't go the other, because I feel like I could have been the same thing. So you're parenting me in this way to get this outcome, but the way you're parenting me, I could have been like, I could have felt some type of way that I'm gonna go turn to the roads, and then it's like, how is the thing that I'm trying to do that for my dad? I'm trying to save this kid by doing all of this, being this strict person, but really you've oppressed me so much that I've gone and done a mad thing outside, innit?
No, I think it's still a serious balance though. Like, with me anyway, I feel like the main reason why I didn't really have to, or I didn't ever turn to the roads was one, like, once again, when you grow up with sisters, bro, there's no one's violent, everyone's all gentle. Like, I got what I want, but I had no reason to need to go outside and get more. Do you get what I mean? Like, the streets didn't benefit me in a way for me to be like, yeah, let me go out there and do something or do a mad thing. Like it didn't entice me enough. Do you know what I mean? Like, or like even when you hear about stories around like you in your area and that nothing good ever came out. I didn't hear no one buy. Like, it's not even like I walk around and I see all the elders with rollies on their wrists and that. Bro, like, man, just seeing them just standing there morning to night.
Or
you're like, is your feet
Jobless.
not hurting you, bro?
Jobless.
Like,
doing nothing.
So you didn't want to do that. So you didn't.
yeah, like, it just wasn't exciting. Like, maybe if I saw like whips left, right, and center, maybe there were, and I just weren't looking. But it's not like I saw the luxurious life that they were potentially living. Like, man, just saw them on the road.
But it's definitely different to now though, because now
now like
it's in
you
your
see it
face.
left, right, and center.
Like you're seeing fast life in your face, innit? Whips, all of that. I feel like now it's
Depends, but even in our area,
if I was
the ones who are there, standing on the block,
Just standing.
I feel like your parents, they'll instill something in you. Then when you go to the outside world, it's like,
you know where home is.
yeah, and
Yeah.
if it's in you enough what they've taught you, it'll stop you.
And I think it comes down to love as well. How much do you love your family to not have to put them through that? Like you have to start weighing out. If I die today, how or not even die.
What am I
today,
leaving
but
behind?
Yeah, like how am I gonna affect my parents or your sisters or your brothers and whatever? Like, if a mad thing happens right now, how is that gonna make them feel? Like, you just can't be that selfish and like obviously not saying that if you've done roads you're being selfish and whatnot, but you also got to just balance out the whole obviously some people feel like that's all they can do to make ends meet and whatnot, but subjective, innit?
Yeah.
Subjective, man.
But it's weird because obviously, like, we can say that sitting on this side because the homes we've been raised in and the way we think in it. But like, you know, like the brain is very detailed to like one specific. That's what's a documentary on that they study like the brains of like murderers in it, and it was like obviously the documentary was saying that's not their fault. Obviously it's them, of course, who've done the mad thing, but it's like they've got a different brain than compared to us, so they've just got more of a killer instinct in their brain. It's a weird, like, they didn't choose that life, but of course you had to like you still had to turn that way, so you still got to accept some sort of like fault and whatnot. So like I tend to think, because I watched that documentary, is like the guys that do this now, is there just something that's different in their brain? We have it all common in ours, but them lots just have a little switch. So where you say, I think about what position I'm going to leave my family and if I do this and all that sort of stuff, they just have something switched off where it's not ever so slightly.
But you know what it is? I feel like there's a big difference between when you turn to the road, there's obviously 2 lanes in the road. There's either you just go and make the money, or you're just out here just standing on the block and doing a mad thing. Do you get what I mean? Like, I can't.
You can't be the jobless banger.
Yeah, like I can't fault someone that turns to the roads to make big cash and handle business in it than the ones that are just standing there with swords in their child. Like, I just don't get it. Like, do you get what I mean? Obviously, and I'll never understand it because I weren't ever there. But cool, go and make your money, do your thing, But then when it comes to the violence and that, it just doesn't make sense in my head. Like, I just can't fathom what, like, do you get it?
Like banging for a postcode.
Yeah, like, bro, like, that's Dave says we don't even like the weather. Why are we banging, bro? Like, we don't like the weather.
Preach.
Would you say like if you had kids in that environment, like, would you say being strict or being like more relaxed? Like,
50-50, bro.
It depends.
It's 50-50.
Like like me, I was raised kind of strict. Others may have been, like, if they were raised strict, it might have affected them.
Rebellious and
They might have become rebellious. But if you were raised like soft, you might have taken a piss, or you might have just learnt the ways by yourself, and just like some people need support, some people don't need bare support, basically.
yeah,
Because you know, it's like when people go to uni for the first time,
Oh,
you can see the people that were given
You can
freedom
see.
before they got there and the people that weren't.
Yeah.
And it's kind of the same thing with just choosing a road in it, like, or not even choosing a road, being the strict or soft parent in it. It's either you're too strict that when they now get out there, they're just excited and they just, I want to do what they're doing, or you was soft enough for them to be like I was allowed to do it and I don't want to do it, so I'm alright. You know what I mean?
yeah. That's me still. Like, I feel like from young, my parents have always been like so gentle. Like you know the typical Nigerian parent. Like my parents ain't like that. Like obviously, you man have met my dad. Obviously, Marge in it. Like both my parents are just
General,
calm. But it's always, they always put like lessons in me to never do this or know the consequences of that. So when I was growing up and like certain kids were on certain things, I always knew I never had the heart for it, innit? Like I always just been the joker, gentle, quiet boy, and them and all doing their thing, and then obviously, and it's like looking back now, I'm kind of grateful for that, because it's like there's people who, obviously we all have stories, but there's people who were close to us who've ended up in bad places, bad situations, innit? And it's like maybe their like family situation, not saying like, I'm not blaming no one's parents, but it's like, I don't know, my parents did what they had to do for me, innit? So maybe other people didn't have that. It's like some people come home from school, your parents at work all night, like by the time they come home it's bedtime, like, you know what I'm trying to say, you're not even interacting with your parents like that, you get what I'm trying to say? So it's like you can't even learn certain lessons, you just gotta learn it for yourself. But the people you're learning from are the man on the block. Now it's like, bro, that's not who you want raising you, innit? Like,
it's true. Like, you know, so I'm gonna quote my boy again. He was like,
I know you
says, you know, like your parents will say, go listen to your elders, but some people's elders are the people on the road. So
exactly.
if you're gonna listen to them and take it for fact, bro, you're gonna end up in a dangerous place in that.
And who did they learn from? It's the same thing.
Just a long big cycle. Sometimes you can't even blame. Like, as I say, it's 50-50 in it. Like, I can't blame you, or I say I can't blame you, but I can't blame you if you end up on the roads and you're doing what you gotta do. But after a while, you gotta snap out of it and be like, okay, cool. I've done what I need to do in the meantime. My situation ain't like that no more. Let me get out of it. You know what I mean?
That's the bit that some people can't get themselves to see, innit? Like, where I got in to do this and I've succeeded, but you get attached to it, you know, say, get attached to the money.
Yeah, with getting out, the problem is
the transition, bro. The transition.
The
boy was saying it to me as well.
9-hour shifts is just not the same,
Can
bro.
you just give it up like that? I hear it.
My boy gave up.
I hear it as well, bro.
My boy gave up after 3 months.
Bro.
I hear it.
I hear it. I don't blame you. I can't, honestly. From making 10 racks a week to making 10 racks in 6 months. Nah. I don't blame you. But after a while, you do have to go ledge. Like, there's only so long it can sustain you.
What's your money, man? Like,
Yeah. Because, bro, you make 50 racks in 3 months. Yeah, you can't spend it on nothing tangible. Like, go to a car dealership. Yeah, they'll be like, yeah, I'm gonna pay cash down. Bro, they're gonna now say, bring me another 20.
Yeah.
Bro, you don't have to be bringing extra 20s and 30s just because you want to do something. Nah. You can't actually buy a house cash with no traces of where the money is, bro.
But there's girls out here that'll let you do it in their name. Come on, man. Come on. We know you.
No, it's true, you know. People are taking ranges out of people's names and that.
Yeah, man.
That's a crazy story, though.
Crazy, bro.
Shout out to those
What,
girls.
would you ever ask the girls to take something out in your name and that?
No.
You should shout out to them girls.
No.
Girls, man. That's
Boy.
that's
I think
that's
that's a bit
serious heart,
Yes,
you know.
I don't think
No, I
that's
don't.
stooping a bit low.
It's very low
You're
still.
stooping a bit low.
As a man or as a woman?
As a man,
like,
yeah.
You're not shameful.
Yeah,
like,
bro, shameful. Very.
You're basically telling the babe, I ain't got nothing tangible in my name, bro.
It has to be you.
And even as the babe, are you not like, when you think
no-
about the
there's no
situation,
common
it's
sense.
stupid.
There's
Yeah,
no
because
common
cool.
sense.
Let's say you do take, like, he's asking you to come and take out a car in his name. Yeah, if you're talking to this person seriously, do you not think long term when we now start thinking about houses, and they now bring our names together, they're gonna think, okay, the babe, positive, my man, who the fuck is this, bro?
Bro.
And everything's just gonna collapse left, right, and center. Like, you're not thinking straight, like. And if monthly payment, 6 bills, 5 bills a month, you're all asking him every month, can you get it yet? Oh, bro. Nah.
No, going back to the parent thing, that's one of my biggest fears.
100%.
Like that's one that, like, I always talk about this.
God, your child going wayward.
I always talk about this. Not even the wayward thing. I always talk about this as missus. I'm just there like, my fear is.
How you just slapping us enough?
Apologies. No, but it's like my fear is like.
If you get it, man.
Get it.
No, my fear is like being a bad father, or not even like not a bad father as in terms of like how our parents or fathers were probably bad, but just not cutting it.
No, I can't.
Like it's like, because like when you're young, for example, if your dad was to come to you right now and say, oh, like, what was the one thing I didn't do, you would probably be there like, you didn't take me to enough training sessions, because if you took me, I could have applied myself. And sometimes like what you were saying, oh, like, you know, you come home, by the time you come home, parents come home at like 9 o'clock because they've done a 12-hour graveyard shift, and they come, bro, like, I want to see my kids.
But it's
Like, even in the place I work, like, I just see them, like, everyone's with nannies. I'm like, like, do you see your parents? Daddy will just say, yeah, I'm going to read you a bedtime story when I come home, and then that's it.
bro.
it's not enough.
And it's like, bro, like,
it affects you later on, bro.
No, man, I
like
want
that
to be
still.
there for my kids, man.
But
Nah,
if,
I mean,
I feel like that's why I'm
But-
kind of anti now still.
do you know why? Like, what I started realizing that parenting is just fucked when
Bro.
someone was like, you see your teachers more than you see your family. Do you know
Yeah.
how crazy that is? Like, but I've always just said, I've always vowed that I can never be like my dad. I can't.
no,
Like, I can't.
I've vowed that.
I'm
I've
so
vowed that on
scared to look
everything
at
I've
that.
got,
I
bro.
could never be
can't.
like
Hey,
that,
but
man.
but life though.
do you look at
No, go on. Go on.
obviously, like obviously the same thing. Obviously, I don't want to be like my dad, innit? But
I can't.
I get told a lot, bro. Like
You're like him.
I'm like him, but the thing about
It's inevitable.
bro.
It's
Like,
inevitable.
don't compare me to the guy,
Bro.
bro.
Maybe it's your like characteristics, because
Yeah,
it's
rather
like
than how
the
you guys
basis,
had
the
it,
basis,
yeah.
the basis of how your father probably is. You probably
definitely.
have that within you,
But
it's the way you
it's
apply
innate,
it
yeah,
and the way
of
you
course.
use
Yeah.
it.
Like
I
there's
can't, I
obviously
can't, I
my
can't.
mum was saying like, bro, like you're gonna have your dad's instincts, whatever it is, just by birth. It's in you. It's obviously how you apply, control those
Yeah.
things. Obviously, every now and then I'll do something, then I'll realize, bro, that's like my dad. I need to control this, bro. Because if I let it go on, bro, it's gonna be very.
But it's good that you're
detrimental,
aware
innit?
though. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like it's not too late. do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
You ain't
no,
got a
I'm
kid
aware
yet.
still.
Maybe I don't know if you have a kid on the way or not, but
But in being a parent, huh? What? Hold. Pause.
No, but I saw you posted like that baby picture. He was holding the baby, no?
you know, people have come to me saying,
Guys,
"What,
I was
that's
like, he-
bro, that's
guys.
not my youth, bro.
You know we're here to support you, bro.
That's not your kid.
That's not my youth.
Oh.
I didn't even
Bro.
know that.
Well, so why was she saying that, bro? Like,
But
why is she
imagine
saying
your
that?
baby shower and that?
Huh? Hey, stop it.
Well, the man I remember seeing popping the
Bro,
balloon in
like,
this.
Guy, serious consequence.
It's crazy.
Bro,
Guy.
that's all.
Crazy, bro.
Crazy, bro.
That's a
But
little
yeah,
Kenzo
like,
Jr.
But no, obviously, it's just good that like everyone's aware of what they like. At least we've seen what we don't want to be like. But then obviously the problem now comes in
Just applying
like,
yourself.
applying it and doing it in a way where that's how we want it to be, because we haven't seen it being done.
But then that's what I was gonna say. Now, obviously, we've all got younger sisters, innit? Your sisters are the youngest, of course, innit? Do you feel like you personally?
No, they're not.
Huh?
It was a 10.
Actually, no, sorry, yours is younger. Sorry,
Yeah.
but
Oh, yeah,
I saw-
yeah,
I saw-
yeah.
9.
Fucking hell.
She's a
bro,
year below
time
yours.
is God,
Yours is year 6, isn't it? Yeah, man.
Bro,
Year
that's-
5.
Year 7 scares me, you know.
bro.
Them
Bro.
Yeah,
like,
year 7
scares-
is high.
But like,
scared. Yeah,
because
like
I've
shit.
seen I've seen yours from when they were.
Yes, and I've
Yeah.
seen it.
It's
Bang!
nah. But my point was like, I mean, not even all of us anyway. Like, do you feel like, not even just your younger sister as well, like the one above as well. Do you feel like you're able to like practice not being a father, but like just I feel like being an older brother is a good step to being a father, innit?
Like,
But my older brother,
you don't
Wait.
think he does it like that?
I don't, no, obviously. I feel like I'm just airing it. Nah.
Yeah, you gotta be gentle. What if he watches this episode? Hey, bro. Hey, let me chat to you real quick. In the kitchen. Let me chat to you in the kitchen. What do you mean by that?
I feel like I'm gonna say this, but
What you trying to get into?
You know them ones that you gotta give your brother the drop from early, like, bro, basics. You know
I
what
said
No,
I said it. When you hear it,
Bem still.
Look at it. It's just this.
I said
Bem
it.
still.
No, that's funny.
But I told you first. But no, obviously, I thought like he's the older brother, innit? And obviously, in my dynamic, he's lived with my sister more than I have, innit? Obviously, me and my sister have the same mum and dad. My brother and my sister, obviously, we've got different dads, innit? Obviously, in the situation, they've lived together, so I feel like he would have had a good chance at building a relationship with my sister to be a good older brother. And not that he's not, but like, you know, a good older brother. And obviously it will affect him in, let's say, how he gets the parent, innit? Obviously, my sister speaking is like, she's had her own little riff-raff with my dad. And it's like, I don't need you to now start trying to be my dad and whatever, so to my brother. Then obviously I see like this thing, like, well, me and my sister, like, we're G's, innit? But of course, sometimes I'm trying to do something, it's like, how do I quite get this across? Because I see something in my sister that I can't get this across in the way that it's not to pattern you or to belittle you or to whatever, but it's like I'm the older brother, but I'm not just trying to pull rank. I'm not trying to pull rank because I'm the older brother, but allow me to pull rank here because, do you know what I mean? But because I can't in the best way, I feel like could that same thing, let's say that happens now with my youth, and I'm trying to pull rank on my youth, because I'm the dad, because naturally I should be able to pull rank on my youth. But I think that's gonna turn me.
You're close in age, though.
That starts from respect, though.
Yeah.
Like, the reasons why I fed my parents and you man fed your parents is the respect and the fear.
And because like our sisters are a
what I'm
bit
saying.
older, it's a bit harder to
Right
pull
now,
that rank,
yeah.
do you get what I mean?
But I'm not even trying to pull rank, like, say, bro.
But in general,
Give
but
me a
the difference is what, 2 years, 3 years.
Yeah, just
So it's like you didn't get the opportunity to pull rank properly. Do you get what I mean? Like with my older sister, 10 year gap, so she was able to. Do you get what I mean? Like when she's old enough to tell me the pattern, yes, man. Do you get what I mean? Like,
But
I've heard it.
I don't think the age gap should really.
Nah,
Oh,
it matters,
no,
bro.
the age gap is
age gap matters.
no,
It matters, bro.
no, but deep it. The age gap between you and your older sister definitely matters.
But
between like you and your sister,
Yeah.
me and mine, because it's closer, like out
Yeah.
first. I feel like it's not necessarily saying I had to go to you and it's like, oh yeah, Quay told me to do this, so I'm gonna go do it. Just jump up and go. But like in moderation, I'm not gonna go. I'm never gonna just say don't do this and do it. But of course, the respect bit, in my opinion, whether I need to do more to gain. Whether I need to do more, so she,
to gain respect.
to gain respect from her, but like
being an older brother should be enough. But I think the reason why it's a bit like higgy hagger is because the gap is so short. What am I really gonna tell her that she might not already know? Like there's only a couple of years. What do you really know that I don't? And you know, and it comes on the arrogant thing of from them. They just want to be stubborn. Like I know my sister's stubborn. Bro. You lot probably are. Is the same as well. So it's just kind of like when you're telling them stuff, it's just like, okay, so like okay, and do you know what I mean? Obviously, me and my sister, we're twins. That's my nigga, innit? But it's like when I need to talk to her, she will listen and she'll hear me out. If she feels like it's just like, bro, you're just on chatting, bro, just get out of my face. She's gonna tell me, and we'll get at it later. Do you know what I mean? But I just think,
That's
it's
what
a free
I was
fall,
saying.
bro.
That's what I was saying. My fear is through application, because I could, like, everyone of our generation says, well, we've gone through a traumatic time. I don't want my kids to go through that. But then what are you doing when your kids come to change how? Because you're doing most of the things, the habits from your parents. Like everyone says, you're like your dad. But you're doing them small habits now. When your kid comes and they're like, oh, dad, like I want you to read this. I move, man.
I can't like
and you're literally doing what your dad did. But you're doing it obliviously. That's why I'm always there. Like I hear it when people say their trauma thing, but it's like it's like end the trauma and then look forward to the future. That's why I'm just there. Like I don't want to fuck up on the application because it's like with the sister that's just below me, to get to her, headache. But I know eventually if she sees me continuously applying work, that she will eventually clock and open. It's like getting in the door. You have to knock on the door bare times. If it's with Anna, as soon as I knock on the door once, quickly.
Different keys, bro.
But again, that's why he said it's because of age. But it's like it's
just like I can't lie. Sorry.
No, go on.
No, I think with applying though, I think it's gonna be peak though. I think it's gonna be just stressful because it's
hard,
especially because we've obviously gone through like COVID and and the whole like social media whatever. No one is sociable. Like everyone either social anxiety, just antisocial, whatever. So to now even know how to socialize with your children it might be difficult. You know what I mean? So it's just gonna be the cycle is gonna continue, and it's just up to you to change up. You know what I mean?
Because what most people are still gonna be at our ages will have a kid, still do graveyard shifts. Like people will be there like, oh, my mum was never there for me. She never came to my dance rehearsals. But you and your partner, at work,
the only difference is though
trying to make out the hood. But you're not there for your kid. Nah. She's at mum's house.
It's 50-50 though, because working from home is a real thing now, man.
Bro,
you can find ways. Well, you should be able to find ways. Depending on what your is in it, but. Remember.
Yeah, I was gonna say like
he's a change guy, you know.
Bro, season 2, bro. That's my guy.
No, but I was listening to what he was saying, innit? Because I feel like no, because I've spoken to Joseph about this a few times, innit? Because I can't lie, like when it comes to communication, just in general, but even with like friends and family, like I'm not the best in it. So like looking at my older brother, how he is with my sisters, is very different to me, innit? So he's like he's the movie night kind of brother, or let's get popcorn and watch a film in the living room, kind of thing.
What brother are you?
I'm more of like a, you know,
homework.
Nah, like if it's your birthday, what do you want? Oh, are you hungry? Let me order. Let me like I'm more that type, but I'm not.
You're the be there at an important moment.
Yeah, more like that innit. But it's like I don't know how they'll take me communicating certain things from them because I'm not the lovey-dovey brother innit. But it's like so when I'm saying certain things, I don't even know how to even deliver certain messages. So like when you said, is it like being a parent? I feel like if I was to parent my kids, how I treat my sisters, like I'll be doing what you men are saying, like not being present, just doing it. But obviously they have their mum and dad, they have their older brother. So I don't have to. I should.
But
do you get what I'm trying to say? So it's like, obviously that's something I'm working on. So I was gonna ask you, like, do you know certain things you do as a brother and potentially as a father that you know you need to correct to make sure that the application, like you were saying, is actually patterned when you get to that stage, innit?
Bro, kids' attention span. Sometimes I just want you around. Like sometimes I'll be on clubs with the man them. She's just hovering at the door, and I'll just be sometimes before I used to be like, what do you want? Like, you just move, man. Like, go to her room.
Bro.
But then she's going to her room, bearing in mind, when I was young, I was with my sister that's 2 years younger than me. I could play with her. Who's she going to the room to play with? It's her on her own.
Yeah.
When I start, bro, deep it. When I deeped it, I was like, sometimes she'll be sitting at the back. When I'm scoring, she's like looking at me. She's like, or sometimes even yesterday. I mean, 2 days ago.
Homework.
Because
homework. You know?
I told her, I was like, oh, if you want this, because she wanted something for a trip. So if you want this, you're good. Do your timetables. She came with her timetables. Said, what's
funny?
Came with her timetables. I was playing on a game. She was doing her timetables. I was like, show me quickly. I scanned because I know her weakness is like 8 timetables and 7 timetables. I went straight to 8. I saw 8 times 8 is 89. I was like, Anna, what is this? Anna, what is this? She's just there like, there's not enough space on the page for me to put the 8, so I just put the 9. I was like, Anna, go correct this quickly. But then even that short interchange and how we're just laughing, that's her just being around me. Sometimes like
That's
the
what
young,
it take- that's what it needs,
me, I wanted to always be around my older brothers and older sisters. I just wanted to be there.
But you know, you don't. Sometimes you don't understand your position.
Yeah, you don't,
Bro.
You know when you go,
Because you're living your life, bro.
because you're literally just living your life.
you know them days when you go to your cousin's house and that, there's obviously everyone separates in it. The oldest are banging
Yeah.
P4 upstairs and that.
Bro,
Bro, you're not invited.
I wasn't invited.
I wanted to
Go
go.
on, sit downstairs in
I'm
the kitchen.
trying
Go
to get
get
my
food.
part of that party now. Them days I couldn't get into that bedroom, bro.
When you couldn't get into the bedroom with the old.
But you can kind of see it in like, well, with me anyway, because my gap between me and my oldest is a very big one, and me and my little sister are a bit closer. You can see the difference in like social behavior. Like she was a single child for a long time.
Yeah, same.
You can see the difference in behavior. Like me and my little sister were just gallivanting, were giggling, and like it even gets to a point where, like some days it might just be me and my older sister in the crib. I'm just wandering into her room, sitting down. She's like, "What do you want?" I'm just like, "Bro, I just want to sit down."
Bro, I'm that sibling, bro.
I just want to sit
Like,
down. And that.
I'm on the laptop. She's all trying to watch Netflix on the TV. Like, you have a TV in a room.
own
But,
room.
like, I'm thinking, like, why is she? But I hear what you man are saying.
But
now.
then it's like you just like how they react to how when people are around them, you can just see that someone grew up with the sibling in closer age, and so that's what I was gonna say. It was just good that you obviously entertain your little sister because it will get to a point where she might just tell you lot to fuck off instead. And now you lot are pissed because she's even the youngest, so you should be looking after her your whole life and that. But
She knows she's the youngest.
yeah.
But you sometimes I feel like guys forget
yeah,
where
you
you
got to
are.
find middle
Bro, I
ground.
forget,
and
bro. I was in. Everyone went uni 3 years, bro. And then every time I used to come back, this. I'm like,
Yeah.
bro, like you're,
Come back to a whole new person.
bro. You're
bro.
every time I used to come back, whole new person.
But I went Ghana for summer holiday. I come back, I'm like, huh? That's my sister. But just a month,
Nah,
you know.
I
But
can't
like,
see when you see your
whole
little
new
sisters
person,
grow up,
bro.
you see the first time my sister put on a wig, I said, "Fuck me,
bravo.
I said,
No, for me, it's when they started going to school by themselves, yeah. You know the way I was panicking? They left the house, yeah. I remember, I'll never forget this. There's the front windows on this side of the house, and there's the back windows. I'm watching them from the front. When they turned the corner, I went to the next room. Watching them, bro.
going up.
Then they all,
actually didn't actually follow,
bro. No, you have to leave
you
them
have to
to.
let them go.
yeah.
Nah, but you know them ones there, yeah. You got the first couple rounds, you gotta
I'm just
from
I'm just
10 yards
hovering,
back, bro.
Just 10
You
yards
gotta
back.
cool. You bust the corner. Let me wait a little second.
But that's their moment. Oh, yo, let me go.
Yeah, they even go with their friends and that. Yeah.
That's their moment.
Nah, but the way she didn't grow up, it's crazy.
Nah.
What?
Or like my sister, she's all nah. When she came to Miami, I said,
Yeah.
I'm fucked, bro.
Yeah, cause boy, now you're with me,
But
bro.
now you're with me,
but
bro.
we're able to go to
But
the
even
same
that,
dance.
it's like you just can't stop being a brother. Because I wanted to go on a joke without wondering about what I'm doing in it.
But you just want-
bro, I'm all seeing that. Do you want a drink? Cool, take this, take that.
You just end up being that person. It's
How you getting
crazy.
home? Like, it's just like I can't. Like, I just can't not
You feel like you're a better brother outside or inside?
outside.
Outside, 100%.
100%.
100%.
100%. You have to be because no one's out there looking
Yeah,
out for her.
100%. You have to.
For
You
stupid
have to.
friends.
Ah!
Nah, her friends are actually good. Actually, no, let me not say that.
No, but this is what I'm saying is like you can oh
I need. When you're editing this, I need. No. You see? Are you? Oh, this guy's a criminal. I want this guy in cuffs. Look at him. God.
Do you know what I was saying?
Scandalous.
This guy just looked at me. I was like, what's this guy looking at me?
Oh,
Oh man.
I won't even say it again, man.
new pussy good, but the old pussy.
My woman. Hey, come on, Luke. Hey.
No, but it's like
Bang girl,
the
no
fear of
bro.
just applying, like, and especially kids are all different as well.
Different, bro.
Like,
Bro, the twins are different.
Bro, it's like you twins.
They're twins. One of them is.
Bro, like you might do something to the other one. The other one's just there, like, might not take to it. And it's like nowadays, there's just so much fuck shit out there with these kids. There's just so much. Like even when because I gave Anna a phone, or even on a tablet, I have to keep going, checking her history, just so no tap things go on. Even TikTok. And
Yeah, the messages and
TikTok
that.
now,
Yeah.
bro. Every 5 scrolls you're seeing.
Yeah, there was an incident in the twins' primary school. Apparently,
it?
someone added a stranger into a group chat. Head teacher found out. Yeah, Marge locked off everything.
You have to though.
Nah, you have to. You have to. Health and safety,
Everything.
bro.
She locked off everything.
But like, you see, what you trying to?
Now just because you can send your stuff in it.
Oh yeah, before they. Yeah. What? Quickly wrap it up then. Yeah, literally. But. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Nah.
Yeah, man. First guest and that.
Yeah, man.
You're saying Jojo?
The honorary figure, man.
No,
Just see,
man,
bro, had to make
I've
their
been a
appearance.
big supporter of you, man.
No, Hundo, we have to get the man on here first.
I've
Shout
Been a
out.
big supporter.
Like guys have always been saying, "Oh, when's the guest coming? When's the guest?" Bro, have to start from home, man. Yeah, man.
I was gonna ask you what you think of like the pod, like, but obviously we're done now, innit? But
Quickly, what do you think of the pod?
yeah, like the dynamic and that.
No, the lighting's crazy.
What is this
though.
on or off camera?
Huh?
Is this full camera? So I'm resting.
It's up to. I don't mind, innit?
I've
time.
missed out small, but
No, man, shout out to the man them though, doing big things this year, bro.
No, always, man. Just the beginning, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, yeah.
I wanna see.